Good morning and welcome to the virtual space for the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Lake County. We are thrilled to have you join us here and hope that you are well and safe. I want to orient you to this space. Your audio is muted and will remain muted during most of the service. We'll unmute you at various points. You control your video, so please be mindful that if your video is on, we can see you even when you can't see us. If you'd like to see everyone, you can click on Gallery View in the upper right of your screen or in the menu portion of your screen. We're not sure, it's in different spots on all devices. So Speaker View lets you see who's speaking. Gallery View lets you see everybody. If you have your own chalice or another candle near you, you'll be invited to light your own chalice as I light our chalice in a moment. And now let us take a breath and settle into this time together for worship. Our opening words today are by John Gibb Millspaugh. Leave aside the little thoughts that distract you, for this place, like all places, is a holy place, and now, like all times, is a holy time. Join with this community of seekers, and together, let us find. And I invite you now, if you have one nearby, to light your chalice as I light ours. I light our chalice, the warmth of community, fire of commitment in the spirit of love. Our call to reverence this morning is by Sophia Lyon Foz. We gather in reverence before the wonder of life, the wonder of this moment, the wonder of being together, so close yet so apart, each hidden in our own secret chamber, each listening, each trying to speak, yet none fully understanding, none fully understood. We gather in reverence before all intangible things that eyes see not, nor ears can detect, that hands can never touch, that space cannot hold, and time cannot measure. In a moment, we're going to enter into a time of silent reflection, a time to center yourself to this work we are to do today. And during that time, if you have a pet or beloved animal that has passed and you wish to do so, I invite you to put their name and what kind of animal they were into the chat box. And you can find chat usually wherever the big menu button is for your Zoom window. And I will read this list after a period of silent reflection and meditation. And I will ring the singing bowl to bring you back to this space. Let us begin. You can continue writing names of your departed pets, and I will get to them as I read through these others. And I ask that as I read these names, that you remember the love of pets and send blessings to those that have passed. Jane Lovejoy says Barney, who's a cat. Diana K. Reed says Jessie has passed. Carol Armel has Eric, Blondie, Totes, Mushi, and Zephyr. Christina Wilkins, Obi, and Babette. Kristen Mark Hughes, Will H., Norwegian forest cat. Richard Province Santana, a doggie that passed 2 years ago. And Janine, the marvelous Mr. Tux. Pete Condi tells us about Gumbo. Julie Twist, Arthur the Pug. Barbara, Miss Kitty, and Lady Bandit. Jenna Rossi, Holly. Oh, Chris Higgins, so many. George, Georgie, Jake, Little Puss, Big Puss, Kane, and Hazel. Diane Joy, Cricket, and Penny. Jenna Rossi, Holly. June Sweeten, Kitty Kitty, Carol Armel, Fritz. Val Rosado, Cats, Ty, Hoppy, and Catton. We hold all of these pets who have departed. Oh, more. Chris Cleveland, Tyke, Talon, Tiger, and Shadow, all cats. So many beloved animals that we have all had. I know for me, it was Mo the cat and Midnight the greyhound, who I miss desperately. So we hold all of these names, all of these beloved pets in our hearts and in our minds. And if you're looking at gallery view, people are showing photos. Oh, y'all are gonna make me cry. I'm gonna have to go to speaker view just so I don't lose it during this one. Oh, and yes, if you have photos, you can go to gallery view and people are showing their photos, holding them up to the cameras. That's how we're gonna do it if our animals are not being cooperative later as well. Oh, such beautiful animals. Blessings on every single one of them and every single one of you. Pets are usually our first loss that we encounter as children, and it never gets easier even as we're adults. So thank you all for sharing and for being vulnerable to share that with us. We'll now move into reading our congregational covenant once it's on the screen. Give our tech guru a moment to get situated. And if you'll join with me in reading our congregational covenant, love is the spirit of this church, and service is law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. And in a moment, we'll give you the slide for our offering. The giving and receiving of the offering is a ritual that we do weekly. We do this because we believe in and support this congregation and its future. While virtual gatherings make it different, the ritual is still present. During our time of offering, you'll see two ways that you can give right this very moment, either through our website or by texting the amount you wish to give to the number on the next screen. And as a gentle reminder, if you have not emailed your pledge information to the treasurer, please do so as soon as possible. This morning's offering will now be generously given and greatly appreciated.
Didn't know what to say, then I knelt down to pray, but what I wanted to say was gone. Now I'm down on my knees, and I'm starting to bleed, for these choices have stayed too long. Come to the other side, let go of all your pride, no pun up, you're mine. Come to the
So today's service was originally planned for back in March on a Saturday outside of our beautiful building. And when we closed the building, we also canceled this service because it was too risky to do with the pandemic. After a few weeks of video check-in calls and committee meetings with pets making appearances in the background and sometimes not in the background, I thought it was absolutely possible to do a virtual animal blessing. Now, I'm going to ask ahead of time for a lot of grace with one another, with our tech team, and with our pets who will likely choose now to not get into the video screen. If we were in person, I would have each person come forward with their pet and I would do the blessing that way. And since we're not in person, here's what we're going to do. Much like we do in Joys and Concerns at the end of service, I'm going to ask you to find your participant window. You're going to click on participants in your menus. For some of you, that's the bottom of the screen, and for others, it's in other places. And this will give you a list of names of all the people participating. But it also gives you some options such as raise hand, yes, no, etc. If you have a pet and you wish to have them blessed, and you can use a photo if they're being uncooperative, please click on the raise hand button. We're going to call on each person one by one and unmute you. I'm going to ask you to tell us your pet's name and show us your pet, either in a photo or picking them up. And then I'm going to bless that pet and you. And then we'll go on to the next person. And once we get through all the raised electronic hands, we will do like we do for Joys and Concerns and look at the videos to see if anyone is raising their hand or waving at us. And if you have to do it that way, please wait and I'll let you know when we're looking for you. That saves you from having to wave the entire time. And I invite you, as people are sharing their pets with us, to say a blessing yourself for them. And you'll learn this blessing pretty quickly if you want to say what I'm saying. And now we're going to prepare for this time. If you need to grab your pet or a photo, please do so. And I wish to share with you the words of John O'Donohue. Nearer to the earth's heart, deeper within its silence, animals know this world in a way we never will. We who are ever distanced and distracted by the parade of bright windows thought opens, their seamless presence is not fractured thus. Stranded between time gone and time emerging, we manage seldom to be where we are, whereas they are always looking out from the here and now. May we learn to return and rest in the beauty of animal being, learn to lean low, leave our locked minds, and with freed senses, feel the earth breathing with us. May we enter into the lightness of spirit and slip frequently into the feel of the wild. Let the clear silence of our animal being cleanse our hearts of corrosive words. May we learn to walk upon the earth with all their confidence and clear-eyed stillness, so that our minds might be baptized in the name of the wind and the light and the rain. And now, if you have a pet that you'd like blessed, please raise your electronic hand in the participant window. And if you want to be sure to see everyone who is sharing, make sure to be in speaker mode, because then as I call on people, you'll be, oh, look at all the little pets, I'm so happy. Okay, so I see Dottie. Dottie, you are unmuted, I think. Well, I'm trying. I think I have another tech. There we go. Dottie, share us your pet, please.
Here's Mo.
Oh.
Here's Hanley.
Mo and Hanley.
And here is Genoa.
Oh, love all white cats. This is I'm going to be fully honest. I did this strictly so I can see everybody's pets. So, may Mo, Hanley, and Jenna be blessed, and may they and those caring for them be held lovingly in the hands of creation. Thank you, Dottie, for sharing with us. Diana K. Reed. I'm just going to go down my list as I have them. I think we have, there we go. You should be unmuted. Diana, are you there?
My Jesse is passed, but I call him my only child. He is my most recent, and he passed away
Oh,
February 16th, 2014. But
oh.
he's still in my heart and my thoughts every day.
What was his name again?
Jesse,
Jesse.
Jesse. And I also have that's his baby picture. We rescued him from the pound. This is his
Oh,
adult picture.
good boy.
He's gorgeous. He is,
Bless Jesse, and may Jesse and all those animals that he is now with on the Rainbow Bridge and you be held lovingly in the hand of creation. Thank you, Diana. All right, Jane Lovejoy. I feel like we're playing Price is Right. You are next, Jane Lovejoy.
Okay, this is my Corona kitty. I got her from the Humane Society about 3 months ago. Her name is Peaches. She's also the fabulous Miss P. She's 2 years old, or 2.5 years old, I guess, and 6 pounds. So she's a little teacup kitty. And she's already discovered the toilet paper, but she's very sweet. But she really doesn't like to be held. So there was no way I could. She would wiggle and wiggle and wiggle. So
I have a cat like that.
that's her.
Hear him later. Well, bless Peaches, and may Peaches and you who care for her be held lovingly in the hand of creation. Thank you for sharing. And let's go to Pete Condi. Where am I? I think I'm like, let me get you unmuted. All right, Pete, I'm not sure why. There we go. Pete Condi, you are up next, my friend.
Do I have to enlarge my screen or?
Nope, just pull that, hold that as close to the little dot that's the camera as you can get to.
Okay, can you see it?
Yep, tilt it down just a smidge to get some glare out. There we go. Oh, there's those precious doggies.
The one on the left is Annie. She's grown since the picture. The one on the right is Cola.
Well, bless Annie and Cola, and may Annie and Cola and those who care for them both be held lovingly in the hands of creation. Thank you, Pete.
Thank you.
Jenna, you are next. Jenna Rossi, who you got for us?
This is Roxy, and Roxy Rossi was adopted in 2013 from a local shelter, and she only weighed like 10 pounds, and you could see every bit of skin. She was so malnourished. But we brought her home, and we nursed her up to 16 pounds, and she's quite the charmer now. She's very happy here, and she makes us laugh every day.
Wonderful. Well, bless Roxy, and may Roxy and those who care for her be held lovingly in the hands of creation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jenna. All right. And Chris Higgins.
Hi.
Hi. Oh.
Hello. This way, girl.
Oh, and then Chris locks up as usual. Oh no. We'll give it a second. It usually resets. There we go. Yeah, there.
Good girl. Oh yeah. She's about 2.5, and she's a sweetheart.
And what's her name? We missed that.
Ryder, with a Y for Paw Patrol.
Oh, okay.
She has 2 siblings who are 5 and 3. And I'd also like to lift up my grand dogs, Boone and Lucy and Yoshi, and a grand kitty named Kitty.
Well, bless Ryder and Un and Lucy and Yoshi and Kitty, and may they and those who care for them be lovingly held in the hands of creation. Thank you, Chris. There's a good Bobby. All right, Diane Joy. You are up next on the share your animals as soon as I can get you unmuted. Why? There we go. Diane Joy.
I have 4 dogs.
Okie dokie. I'm ready for names.
Well, this is Adam, and he's 12 and a half, and he is a rescue from my neighborhood.
Oh,
I've had him since he was a puppy. So he's 12. All right, Adam.
he looks like a baby. He does
Yes.
not look like
And then this one is 14.
a.
Her name is Dot. He's my oldest right now. Say hi, Dot.
Hi.
And she's a rescue from my old neighborhood as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the other guy has cancer and he's on the floor. He's a black lab.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Gage, and he's 12.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the newest little member to my home.
Oh.
Her name is Kath. And she is, Kath, look at the pretty people. Look at me. She is 7.5 months old.
Oh.
So she puts her on our home and she wrestles with my 2 boys, Gage and Adam.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, bless Adam, Dot, Gage, and Kath, and may they all and you be held lovingly in the hand of creation.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Loving this. All right, Christina Wilkins, you are next.
This is my pride and joy, George. Say hi. George is 14 and a half, and he has good days and bad days, but he's always my boy.
Oh, well, bless George, and may George and you who care for him be held lovingly in the hand of creation.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, loving. Barbara, you are next.
Okay. This is Mr. Preston.
Oh, Mr. Preston.
Yeah, we rescued him in, I guess, 2014, 15. He's a great little guy. He's very devoted to me, very protective, and he's good company.
Yeah. Oh, well, bless Mr. Preston, and may Mr. Preston and you who care for him be held lovingly in the hand of creation.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Paulette, you will be next as soon as I can get you unmuted. It is good to see you guys with us today. Oh, come on. Sometimes things don't want to play. Oops. I had you unmuted. Hang on. Maybe you can do it. If you can do it. There we go. Hello. Well, now you're muted again. Dang it. Where'd you go? There we go. All right, here, let me try. There you go. You're unmuted. Go ahead.
I muted us.
Okay, this is our little boy in a fur coat right here. His name is Boo Bear.
Oh.
And we also have a cat, Lammy, but she's around.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is Boo Bear. He's a Bichon, and he's going to be 4 years old June.
Oh, well, almost happy birthday to him. Bless Boo Bear and Lammy, and may they both and you who care for them be held lovingly in the hand of creation.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good seeing you guys. Christy, you are next.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can.
This is Sophie.
Hi, Sophie. We have
She's 11 years old, and she's not happy to be on my lap right now.
I was going to say we have a cat sort of cooperating, not really.
I also have Freckles, who is my, come here, who is my 14-year-old puppy.
Oh, tilt down. That's just a little bit more. We can't quite see it. Oh, dear. Baby.
Hi.
Baby. Well, may Sophia and Freckles both be blessed, and may you who care for them both be held lovingly in the hand of creation. Thank you for sharing. Get my hand down. And Kaylee, you are next. If I can get you unmuted. Remember what I said about grace for us, for the tech part of this. As come on. Kayla, you may have to unmute yourself if I'm not, for whatever reason, am becoming unable to unmute, unless one of my other gracious hosts can figure it out. Let me see if I can find you over here. There you are, Kaylee, go ahead. I got you. Just had to do it on the thing.
Good morning. This is Willow.
Oh.
You see her? Him?
Yes.
We rescued Willow last March, and
turn it a little bit. Push up.
we thought it was, Kristen's telling me it's not showing up much.
Oh, it's good. There's just a lot of white on it.
Yeah, it's got a white stomach and neck.
I can see that beautiful face.
We thought it was a girl cat, and we took him to the vets, and they came back and they said, well, Willow is really a William. So it turned out it was a boy cat. Anyway, we still call him Willow anyway, but he's a good cat, but he doesn't sit in your lap and he doesn't like to be held much, but he's fun and he plays cute, and so we love him.
That's good. Well, bless Willow, and may Willow and those who care for him be held lovingly in the hand of creation. Thank you for sharing. All right, and I have Susie, you're next.
Well, here he is. You know, whoops. Say hi, you all. No. Okay, he's falling off.
Basically the church dog.
Battery low. Okay. Yeah, he was just fine. You know Andre. This is my Andre. Yeah. So
bless Andre, and may Andre and those who care for him be held lovingly in the hand of
I have a picture of my tweak. Oh no, where is it? This is so awkward. Go ahead and go to someone else, because I had him up. He's not. Oh, here he is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I saw him for a quick glance.
Oh, here he is. This is my
over this. Over the, yep. There we
go. See him, my little Chihuahua, who I lost actually like 4 weeks before I inherited my dear Andre. So I have an awesome picture of Tweak being a Chihuahua, growling in his face in it, but I couldn't find it because that's the real Chihuahua. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. So we have Janine. Go ahead, Janine. You're unmuted.
Okay. This is Lolly, Miss Lolly, and Miss Lolly was rescued from a cat house. She's now 9 years old, and she's our remaining tuxedo. We lost Tux about a year ago, and she's made it very clear that she is quite all right being the only cat. That she prefers it, and we go along with that. So
sometimes that's the best. They actually run the household, and we all know that, those of us who have cats. So bless Lolly, and may Lolly and those who care for her be held lovingly in the hands of creation. Thank you, Janine. All right, now, seeing no other electronic hands up. Oops, I have Val Rosado has one. We have to do different things as hosts, so I have to look for a different signal. Go ahead, Val.
Okay, this is Louise. Can you see her?
I can. She's trying not to participate, but I can see her.
Here. I can't see my picture. I gotta find where I am on. Oh, there we go. Okay, here's Louise. She's 15. I rescued her when she was a baby from a construction site.
Oh,
And
goodness.
she's been my constant companion. I love her very much.
Oh, well, bless Louise, and may Louise and you who care for her be held lovingly in the hand of creation. Thank you. All right, so now we get to the tricky part where I'm going to rely on my hosts to help me. And so if you have a pet you wish to share and we're not able to push the little electronic hand raise, now we're looking at the full screen and you can raise your hand or wave. And I see Marion was the first one I saw, so I'm going to try to unmute you. I'm not sure why that's not working. You might have to unmute yourself, Marion. There you go.
I couldn't get her to come to the screen. So this is Tara. I don't know if you can see.
Yes.
Tara. And then I had my cat, my 16-year-old cat, Nellie, but she just took off.
Oh.
I don't know where she's gone to.
Well,
but that's it.
Bless Tara and Nellie and all who care for them. May they be held lovingly in the hands of creation.
I see Richard Provence is waving his hand. He's got his dog.
And I'm going to try to unmute you. You might have to unmute yourself. For some reason, I'm not able. There we go. Go ahead, Richard.
Hello.
Hello.
This is Shadow. He's 2 years old, rescued, and I have another one, but she ran away, so.
And what's her name?
Mercedes.
Mercedes. All right. Well, may Shadow and Mercedes both be blessed, and those who care for them both be held lovingly in the hands of
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
We got to see a little bit of your other pet.
Yeah.
Or before she escaped you.
They wander. They do that. All right. Then I'm going to take the opportunity to share mine now, since I think I've got everybody. If I can get this to open, because of course technology does not always participate either. So these are our two. The black and white cat is Piper, Miss Piper. And she was part of a group of 3 sisters when I was married, and my stepson graciously said, since she had turned into my cat, that I could take her with me, and so I did, and she's been attached to me ever since. And then that little naughty boy sitting next to her is Thomas. He's the Maine Coon. He's 3. Piper's about 15 or 16, and not often in the mood for a 3-year-old Maine Coon who wants to play. But this is the closest they've laid together, and he has not hit her because he thinks tapping her in the forehead is a way to get her to play. And it's not, because she plays with knives out. So he gets hurt quite a bit with that. But those are my 2 lovely cats who keep us going and keep us active, as well as the 5 strays in the backyard. As many of you have heard me talk about, we have the neighbor next door does trap and release, and they stay in his yard and in mine. And so I've got 5 regularly that come by and just sleep in the yard and get fed because I feed them. So I think that is everybody, unless I hear from a host that I have missed someone.
Did Colin speak? Because they have a beautiful cat picture up as their screen.
No. Let me find
Colin.
And unmute. Well, I'm going to try to unmute. Let's see.
But he's not there.
There it is.
There he is. Oh.
I can't unmute. Colin, you might have. There we go.
This is Missy. She's 16, and we love her very much.
Little baby. So cute. Well, bless Missy, and may Missy and those who care for her be held lovingly in the hand of creation. Thank you for sharing. All right. I think we have got everybody.
No, Kit Tatum had her hand up, I think.
Kit, there's Kit. Kit, you may have to unmute yourself.
I'm good. The cat left.
Well, bless it anyway.
If you want a home, we open the front door and these things just come through. So thank you.
Well, what's the cat's name? I can still bless it. It's still in your house.
What's that cat's name? Daisy.
Daisy. Well, may Daisy be blessed and those who care for her be held lovingly in the hand of creation.
Thank you very much.
Susie Lockwood has her hand up.
Okay, let me find Susie. Unless one of you guys can unmute her.
Oh, I just wanted everybody to have a little laugh. That's a Chihuahua.
That is definitely a Chihuahua.
Can you see?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Susie.
He's so. Aw.
All right. Thank you all for your participation and your presence. May all our pets, known and not yet known to us, be blessed and be well. May they continue to bring us peace, joy, love, and hope. Amen. May it be so, and blessed be. Our closing words today are by Maureen Killeran. For the blessing of animal companions, we give thanks. For the beautiful ones whose fur is silky and whose tails are long, whose feathers are brilliant or whose voices are splendid, we give thanks. For the frantic ones, the runts and the hungry, who run for a food bowl or a pat as though this is life's last possible gift, we give thanks. For the obnoxious ones, the heads that butt against us as we're trying to sleep, the bodies that refuse to learn discretion as they make digestive gifts, we give thanks. For those who bark and purr and growl and mew, for all who squeak or squawk or snarl or hiss, we give thanks. For the animals unknown to us, those whose niche in life's web is fragile, whose lives are insecure, for all who care for them and wish them well, we give thanks. Blessed are the animals, blessed are the creatures who live with us and need our care. Blessed are the mammals and the reptiles and the birds who teach us we are not alone. Blessed are all living things from whom we learn to love. And now we extinguish our chalice, but not the light of truth, the warmth of love, and the fire of commitment. These we carry with us out into the world.